Now that you've met Amber Benson and her heroine, Calliope, it's time to introduce you to Amber's friend and fellow ace author, Anton Strout. Anton first wrote about his reluctant hero, Simon, in the book Dead to Me. Simon has a unique ability. He can tell the history of any object simply by touching it. But if Calliope and Simon were to mix it up, who would come out on top? We recently asked Amber and Anton for their thoughts.
In a fight between Simon and Calliope, Simon, look, at the end of the day, Simon Canderas is just a guy trying to do his day job. Like, fighting the supernatural to him is you punch the clock, you show up, and you hope you don't die on any given day. He's very mortal. He has a power, but it's a very limited power, the power of psychometry, to read an object and glean something of its history. It's not a save-the-world kind of power. Whereas I feel like...
But it could save the world.
It could save the world, but he has to work really hard as a very mortal character.
Yes, with a special ability.
And your character kind of falls into kind of two different worlds. She's got part of a very powerful family.
But yeah. I don't think she would kick Simon's ass. I think she would probably check his ass out.
She would.
And
he has a good ass, so that's good for him.
Well, she kind of has this sense of humor of a 12, well, not sense of humor, but my sense of humor lends toward like the 12-year-old boy sense of humor. But she spends a lot of time lusting after the different men she encounters. So, like I said, I don't think she'd want to hurt him. She'd just want to like make out with him or something.
He'd just be happy that she's cute, like that she doesn't have scales or fur. Well, we met last year at New York Comic Con, and I guess you had read my books first?
I was sent your books because our editor, or my editor, Ginger here, was like trying to sort of slowly introduced me into the world of urban fantasy, and she thought that your book would be something that I would really enjoy. And it was sort of in the same vein as what I was doing, which is sort of like a little bit of an anti-urban fantasy.
Yeah, because we don't do traditional urban fantasy. It's not super like...
There's no werewolf sex.
Heroin, werewolf sex.
No.
Not yet, anyway.
Anton's my Twitter friend.
I did not want to Twitter.
No, he did not.
But again, going back to New York Comic Con last year, she was like, "Oh, you have to get on Twitter," and she tweeted pictures of us, upon which people descended on the Penguin booth looking for her. All the Buffy fans were like, "She's tweeting from Comic Con, run!" And
yeah, we had like the penguin like sign behind us.
Yeah, and they're detectives. They're just like, she's here, she's at this number booth, go. And they descended on the booth, and luckily we were both long gone, but I was like, maybe there is something to this Twitter. It's habit forming.
It is, it's like crack.
It really is, in small 144 character doses. I got my break writing at conventions. I would go hear other people speak about it and about writing and paneling on it, and I'd talk to them afterwards, and I kind of got my first break in writing. And for me, part of wanting to go to conventions is to kind of pay it forward, as it were. Like, now that I have something to share from my experience that might help other writers, I like to give that to them because that's how I got where I am right now, which is cool.
Going to shows, and it's not just about the book, it's also like what I did in like my other incarnation as a person, my other life, I guess. I was an actor, so I have people coming up with Buffy stuff they want me to sign, and sometimes I feel like they buy the book because they feel guilty to have me sign 50 Buffy things, and then I have some people that have no idea what
Guilt is an awesome sales
tool. Guilt is awesome. But then I have other people that don't know anything about what I used to do, and they just like the book. So it's weird to kind of to go to these things and to meet people other than what I'd met before. It's just like going to convention-y things as an actor. To meet people that are excited about writing and love the book and have questions about the book, and
I like people who tell me what they think my character should do next. I think geekdom is being more culturally accepted.
But you're right about geekdom being more accepted. Like I feel like there are more people that are geeky than not geeky now.
And I blame the interwebs for that. I think like-minded people find each other a little easier.
You want to know how I geek out?
Yes.
I get Scientific American, and I like quantum physics, and that's my geekiest thing. I like science. Your book is very scientific. It's even got matter in the title.
That is a stretch.
Dead matter.
Yes, and your book,
It should be antimatter.
and your veterinary science is unparalleled in
I
cat's
know.
claw.